There is a version of Mercedes ownership where the car tells you exactly what it needs, you take it to the dealer, and you pay whatever they ask without question. Most owners live in that version. Then there is a smaller group who actually understand what their car is doing and why, and that group almost never pays for something the car can fix on its own. These are 10 things your Mercedes is hiding in plain sight. Things that affect how the car drives, how long it lasts, and how much money leaves your wallet every year. Number 1 on this list is the one thing that dealers actively hope you never look at, because when you find it, a service appointment disappears. Number 10. The hidden battery voltage reading. Your Mercedes has a live battery voltage display buried in the instrument cluster menus, and almost nobody knows it exists. This matters more than most owners realize. A healthy battery at rest sits between 12.4 and 12.7 volts. If you are seeing 11.9 or lower with the engine off, your battery is on its way out, and a weak battery is the single most common cause of mysterious electrical gremlins in these cars. Random warning lights, modules that behave strangely, start-stop systems that refuse to engage. Before you let a service advisor run a full diagnostic scan and bill you $180, navigate to your instrument cluster settings and look at the voltage yourself. On most models from 2010 onward, go to the Vehicle Information menu using the steering wheel buttons and scroll until you find the Electrical System submenu. The number you see there will tell you more about your car's current health than most $200 scans will. Number 9. What the oil quality sensor is actually measuring. Your Mercedes does not just track how many miles have passed since your last oil change. It monitors actual oil degradation through a sensor that measures conductivity and viscosity in real time. This is why two identical cars driven differently can have wildly different service intervals. An owner who does mostly short city trips will see the service reminder arrive much sooner than someone who drives long highway runs at consistent speeds. What this also means is that if you are using a lower grade oil than the spec calls for, and a surprising number of independent shops put in whatever they have on hand, the sensor will catch it faster than you will. Pull up your current oil quality percentage in the Vehicle Information menu before every long trip. If it is below 30%, you are already inside the window where degraded oil starts to affect engine behavior. Number 8. The coolant temperature behavior at startup. Watch your coolant temperature gauge during the first 5 minutes after a cold start. On a healthy Mercedes engine, the needle should climb steadily and settle in the normal range within about 4 to 6 minutes of light driving. If it climbs quickly, overshoots, then drops back down, your thermostat is beginning to stick open. If it takes 10 or more minutes to reach normal operating temperature even after the engine has been running, the thermostat is likely staying open too long and your engine is running lean and cold. Neither of these symptoms throws an immediate warning light. Neither of them gets caught on a routine service check unless someone specifically looks for them. You can catch both by simply watching your gauge every morning for a week. A thermostat on a Mercedes 4-cylinder is not an expensive part. Catching it early means a $90 fix. Ignoring it until the engine compensates badly enough to trigger fault codes means a much longer conversation with your service advisor. Number 7. The brake fluid moisture level. Brake fluid absorbs moisture from the air over time, and as moisture content rises, the boiling point of the fluid drops. On a car that rarely sees aggressive driving, this is a slow and mostly invisible problem. On a car used for mountain passes, towing, or frequent emergency stops, it becomes a safety issue that develops without any warning light or dashboard message. Mercedes recommends replacing brake fluid every 2 years regardless of mileage, but most owners never do it because nothing reminds them. A basic brake fluid test strip costs less than $5 at any auto parts store. Dip it in the reservoir under the hood for 3 seconds. The color it changes to tells you the moisture percentage. If you are above 3% moisture content, the fluid needs to come out. A brake fluid flush at an independent shop costs around $60. The same service at a Mercedes dealership is typically $120 to $180. The test strip costs less than a cup of coffee. Number 6. What your parking sensors are telling you about alignment. Most owners treat parking sensors as a convenience feature. They are also a crude but useful calibration check. If your sensors consistently trigger slightly earlier on one side of the car than the other when you are approaching a flat, straight obstacle, like parking in a garage next to a wall, it may indicate that your car is not tracking straight. Subtle rear alignment issues on Mercedes models with multi-link suspension do not always produce a visible pull. They wear tires unevenly from the inside edge outward, which you will not see during a casual inspection. They produce a slightly inconsistent sensor response, which you will notice if you pay attention. This is not a diagnosis. It is a reason to look more carefully at your rear tire wear patterns and mention it at your next service visit before it turns into a tire replacement conversation. Number 5. The idle vibration frequency test. Put your hand flat on the center console the next time your car is sitting at a red light with the engine at idle. What you feel should be smooth, low-frequency vibration with a consistent rhythm. If there is a subtle, irregular pulse, a misfire pattern that the car is compensating for, you will feel it before you hear it, and long before it throws a fault code. Modern Mercedes engine management is aggressive about correcting small misfires on the fly, which means the ECU can mask a developing ignition issue for thousands of miles before the problem becomes obvious. A single worn spark plug or a coil pack beginning to fail produces exactly this kind of muffled, intermittent vibration at idle. Spark plugs on most Mercedes engines are a legitimate DIY job and cost between $8 and $15 per cylinder. Ignition coils run $25 to $50 each. Catching one failing cylinder early means you replace one part. Waiting until the ECU gives up masking it means you replace parts and potentially pay for catalytic converter damage from unburned fuel. Number 4. The cabin air filter location most owners never find. There are 2 cabin air filter housings on most Mercedes models, and most owners only know about one of them. The primary filter behind the glove box gets mentioned in service intervals. The secondary filter under the hood, at the base of the windshield behind a plastic trim panel, almost never does. On many E-Class, C-Class, and GLC models, this secondary filter sits in a channel that collects leaves, pine needles, and organic debris year-round. When it gets clogged, airflow to the HVAC system drops. The blower motor works harder than it should, and the evaporator behind it stays damp longer than designed, which is where mold and that musty smell come from. Dealers charge $80 to $120 to replace both filters together. Both filters cost less than $30 combined from any reputable aftermarket supplier. The job takes about 20 minutes if you have a trim removal tool, and another 20 minutes the first time you do it without one. Quick note before the top 3. The data on this channel shows that more than 75% of people watching right now are not subscribed. You found this video for a reason. Hit subscribe so the next one actually shows up for you. Number 3. How your adaptive headlights signal early wear. If your Mercedes has active curve-following headlights, watch what they do the next time you drive a winding road at night. They should pivot smoothly and predictably in the direction of the curve. If you notice a slight hesitation, a clunking sound during adjustment, or a headlight that seems to lag a half-second behind the steering input, the actuator motor inside that headlight assembly is showing early wear. A worn headlight actuator does not trigger a fault code in its early stages. It just moves slowly and noisily. Replacement actuators for most Mercedes models cost between $40 and $120 depending on the generation, and swapping one out is a job most owners with basic mechanical confidence can handle in an afternoon. Letting it fail completely means replacing the entire headlight assembly on some trims, which starts at $400 and goes up from there depending on whether yours has LED or laser elements. Number 2. The transmission temperature reading under load. Your transmission has a temperature sensor, and on most Mercedes models you can read it live through the instrument cluster or through a basic OBD2 adapter paired with a Mercedes-compatible app. Normal operating temperature for the 7 G-tronic and 9 G-tronic transmission sits between 176 and 212 degrees Fahrenheit under typical driving conditions. If you are regularly seeing temperatures above 230 degrees during highway driving in warm weather, especially with a full load, towing, or on grades, your transmission fluid is working harder than it should. Fresh fluid has a noticeably higher thermal threshold than fluid that has been in the gearbox for 60,000 miles. Mercedes officially lists many of its transmissions as filled for life, which in practice means filled until the fluid degrades enough that temperatures climb, shifts become lazy, and a valve body replacement enters the conversation. Independent transmission specialists will change Mercedes fluid for $180 to $250. The dealer will charge you $380 to $500 for the same service and spend 10 minutes trying to talk you out of needing it. And number 1. The actual condition of your engine mounts. This is the one. Engine mounts are rubber and metal isolators that sit between your engine and the subframe, absorbing vibration and keeping the drivetrain from shifting under load. On a Mercedes with 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder power, they typically last 80,000 to 120,000 miles before the rubber begins to crack and separate. When they go, you feel it as a thud when shifting from park into drive, a vibration at idle that disappears as soon as you put the car in neutral. and a subtle but persistent drone at highway speeds that the audio system can almost, but not quite, drown out. None of these symptoms produce a fault code. None of them will be caught on a standard service inspection unless the technician physically gets under the car and looks. A Mercedes dealer who does find failed mounts will quote somewhere between $400 and $900 for the repair, depending on how many they want to replace and how complex the access is on your specific model. A competent independent shop will do the same job for $180 to $350. Checking them yourself takes a flashlight and 5 minutes under the car. You are looking for visible cracks in the rubber, any separation between the rubber and the metal bracket, or a mount that compresses more on one side than the other under light pressure. Find the problem yourself and you walk into any shop already knowing what the car needs, which is exactly the kind of owner that gets quoted fairly every single time. That is 10 things your Mercedes has been showing you all along, if you knew where to look. Not one of them requires a diagnostic scanner, a dealer visit, or any special tool beyond basic attention. Subscribe so you see the next video. It covers what the service history printout your dealer gives you actually leaves out, and what they hope you never compare it against.